For those of you on YouTube, welcome to this this little bit of hobby stream recording. We are finishing up my Raging Heroes counts as Imagifier, one of the two, and we've been moving on to something else. Earth. I've been doing a lot of video game stuff recently. Spencer's been doing some Lego builds. I'm trying to get us back full on hobby mode, at least on the Twitch channel. I'll save my video gaming for Mixer. And Spencer will do his Lego stuff on YouTube. But Twitch from now on. All hobby. Alright, let me send out a tweet here. Time to Twitter. You use the old Twitters to send out a Twitter. That one, tweet back. Ah, my nose is super itchy. It's kind of annoying. It smells so good. So those of you on YouTube, you missed the first 12 minutes of this. I think 6 minutes of which was the opening, and then it was me just talking and doing a little bit of brown paint. We are live on Twitch, painting and hobbying. Come check it out. Twitch.tv/geek0fspades. Tweet. Let that go through real quick so I can copy it and put it on the Facebook. Man, this takes forever. Forever. Alright. Add yourself to team. I'm on my own team now. Alright, back to the stream. Oh, hey. The tweet thing works. Sweet. Alright, so, one moment. I just need to check something real quick. My wife sent me a message. I need to listen to it. Don't ignore your spouse. Okay, we're good. She's let me know that she got some stuff taken care of. It looks like I need to add a little more water to my wet palette, so I'm going to do that real quick. I will be right back. In fact, I don't even have to be right back. Since my headset is wireless, I can just take you with me. And you can hear my ghostly voice echoed throughout the Twitchosphere as I add a little bit more water to my palette of wetness. That's a problem. Some of my paint was especially wet and it has now dripped. All down the palette. It's just a problem either. Just means I'll have to push it around with a brush. Okay, so wet palette has been restored. And what we need to do now, because there's one last step I gotta do on this lady. I'm gonna be testing out a new basing. Not new like basing procedure or anything fancy. Just there it is. Just a different color of earth texture from Vallejo acrylic. This time around for these ladies I'm using desert sand to try and save myself some time on painting bases, because all my other desert bases have been painted by hand and they look fine, but they are it is a slow process to do that, and I'm looking to speed this process up. So we'll just get out a little paint spatula, sculpting spatula of some kind, and we're gonna scrape a big chunk of this out of here. Not that big a chunk, like so. And we're just gonna spread this out across the base. It's basically just paint mixed with texture, and I love it. It saves me so much time in basing. It takes a little more, you gotta have a little bit more of a steady hand when applying it, but and you can still highlight it and wash it and all that kind of stuff, but you don't have to go in and actually paint it, and it doesn't flake off like sand and PVA do. It does have some downsides. It tends to get on your models. Not a whole lot you can do to prevent that. However, if you end up with a model that doesn't have a way to attach to the base, it makes for a real nice adhesive for attaching the model to the base. I found that out on accident when I stuck a model in to make footprints so I'd know where the model was going to go, and then couldn't get the model out because the texture texture had dried around it. I'm just going to start scraping the excess into the container. So I've done all my Imperial armies with a sandy texture. Well, when I say all, I mean my Blood Angels, and now my Sisters of Battle. Put some deserty sand, like texture waves and stuff in it, because you don't want it flat. That's boring. There we go. There we have it. We're gonna let that dry, let it cure, and that will be one model pretty much done. Still gonna do like some highlighting over the texture, just with some creamy whites, give it some variance in color. But on the whole, I am pleased with that. So just to give you some comparison, these are, you can kind of see the bases. These are some of the other models I've painted up for this army. You can kind of see how that sandy texture blends in with the different approaches I've tried. This one's Israeli sand. This one's an orange rust color. These ones have washes of Agrax on the base. So there's going to be a little bit of variation in there just because I've experimented and tried a few things to figure out what kind of basing I like best. And I think that's what I'm going to go with, if for no other reason than it's simple. It's easy. It's quick. I don't have to deal with it. So, now that we've done that, let's move on to another sister. This one is Solsaria, Priestess of the Sun. She's going to be another Imagifier. And unlike the last one, this one is not dolled up like a Davidian, so it's going to require a couple of different techniques to get her to match my other sisters. Starting with, where are my bottle caps? Here they are. So a trick I took from Kenny for doing washes, glazes and stuff, you just get the lids off of bottles of water, and they make for a nice small palette from which to build a wash, so you don't have to end up filling your wet palette with washes and glazes, things of that ilk. So to start off with, I'm going to be using Vallejo Model Wash Gray, and then, actually no, sorry, I started with light gray. Start with the light gray, and then I do gray. And that makes it so that I can control a little bit of where and how dark the different highlights get. I need to do the same on the other Imagifier's white armor bits too, but given that this one has more. Alright, we want a relatively small brush, because I'm not going to just be slathering this all over the model. This goes specifically in the recesses. And this is just a light gray, so I do go back in with the darker gray and wash it deeper into the recesses. Which is why I have both. The nice thing with the light gray, and with these washes in particular, is I can just slather it all over the model, but I don't like to. So I try to make sure it ends up in specific places and not everywhere. Just push the wash around, get into those places where you actually want it. It does make for a nice way to see where some of the shadowy recesses are, so like I can move off of there, out of there, while leaving it in the places it needs to be. For those of you who find it kind of gross, I am a legitimate brush licker, so I apologize if that is something that grosses you out, but it's what I do. I just try not to do it when there's something potentially toxic on my brush. For the glove she's wearing, which isn't going to be counting as a power fist with 40K. Just gonna go ahead and hit it with a little heavier wash, just so I can see where the lines are. She has a couple of small shields. I want to make sure to get a little bit of gray on them. Alright, so there's our start. Walking on a straight line through the madness. You see, it's really hard to see it on camera because it's white. Alright, we're going to take some of this darker gray wash, which isn't all that much darker, to be honest. And then we're going to put a drop or two of that in here. And we're going to get a slightly more pointed brush, because I would like to try the Vallejo. Vallejo has in its actual wash line, instead of its model washes for vehicles, which is what these actually are, for gray and dark gray vehicles, a light gray wash, and I would like to try it, but it would be a matter of finding and buying some. Buying being the operative keyword there. As someone who is currently severely under and unemployed, that is a little difficult. Song request is on if you are not enjoying the royalty-free music that I currently have playing. You are more than welcome to request something else. Of course, the request that you got to be on Twitch. You can't be watching this on YouTube. Okay, so that gives us a little shadow and definition. So our next step is to take some white and go back over it. So that means finding my white. Where is my flat white? Oh, yeah. It's an army painter color. Where's the middle? I can't remember what color lids army painter bottles have. They have white lids. Okay. There it is. Found it. All good. Found it. It's been located. Alright, and the point of this highlight is just to bring the brightest of the whites back into the armor.
I left my doubts when I was swept by the ocean, and every pulse from the tide was a finish line. A wave race we were made to ride. You and I were first in line, and we took them by surprise. I was with you.
So this is a very light highlight of white. Purely bring the brightest whites back into the armor. And not into all the armor, just into parts of it. I don't want to go through and repaint every little bit of the armor.
Let the feeling of realization in that
Just gotta have a model on hand to double check the way I did some stuff. Alright, so she's gonna have silver accents for a lot of the parts of the armor. Important to keep in mind because I don't want to overdo the white just to paint over it with silver.
See the light inside you, brighter than the skies. Hold on, just let us escape and fly away tonight. We have the world.
Hopefully that's getting a little clearer. You can kind of see where I'm going with that. Okay, so now our fun part. Black. Because ow. Belt sticking in my gut. We need black for most of the cloth. The cloth is going to be a combination of black and red, but ooh, just drip paint back into the cap. That's always bad. Yeah, this brush will work. Should help break up some of the visuals here. So the outside parts of all their cloth is black, like the nuns had it or something. Because, you know, they're nuns with guns is what Sisters of Battle are. This is Army Painter Matte Black that I'm using right here. Not the black I always use, just the first one that I grabbed because I knew where it was in the container of paints. It's also, I like it as a black paint, but it leaves a little something to be desired as far as coverage stickiness goes. Might have to go digging through and find my Vallejo Model Air Black. Which gives me better results. You can see, even with the Steinores primer on there, it's trying to puddle up. Which it should not be doing. Steinores has great tooth, so I'm not sure why it's trying to do that. not sure entirely at this point how I'm gonna treat the like banner pieces like these. I might do this one red. This one might be either red or like maybe cloth, or not cloth, but parchment kind of. The reason I always do this step second is because it gets messy. Take care of the whites. I'm gonna go in and black out everything else. Alright, I can definitely lower the music then. Thanks for letting me know. It's always hard to determine whether or not that's the case when you're the only one. So, thanks, Zeopolucas. Now if I could just get the white balance and contrast to work better with my camera, I'd be all set. Alright, Zeo. Zeo it is then. Welcome to the stream. Happy to have you. Advice? Take your time. Explore lots of different options. Don't let anyone tell you there's only one way to do something. Because there are lots of ways, and you have to find the one that works best for you. Someone who works only in glazes might get really great results, but you might try it and find that it does not work for you. So explore your options. The great thing about being a miniature painter in the age of the internet, there's so many great tutorials and teachers online that you can check out who have been doing this for so long. They have their own ways of doing things, and learn all you can from them. Take their techniques, make them yours. That's the best advice I can offer. That, and the most important thing, if a technique works, it doesn't matter how dumb it is, as long as it works. So if you find that base coating the whole model and then giving it a wash with your favorite color helps you to bring out the details in a way that you find appealing, then that is a perfectly reasonable way to paint your miniatures, no matter what anyone else says. Because I know people that do that, and it works just fine for them. It's not how I would paint a miniature, but I can't say that they're wrong. So go ahead and black out a few more parts of this just for the sake of blacking stuff out. Yeah, I realize it's not the greatest advice in the world, but it's what's most important. You find something that works for you, stick to it. If something's not working, try something different. If something is working great for you, then why change it just because someone else doesn't like it? Now, you'd think it's the most basic advice in the world, but a lot of people seem to have trouble sticking to it. Where is my Bloodstain red? That's the one we want. Actually, I think I might be able to use the Bloodstain red that's on there already. Aha, I can. Thank you, Wet Palette. I think the other most important piece of advice for people just starting out with miniature painting is accept the fact that your first few tries are probably not going to look great. They might look good, especially if you're coming from any other hobby experience. Like if you've ever... Zio, thanks for the follow. Especially if you're coming from any other hobbying place, like if you've done model trains or if you've ever put together model cars or anything like that, you'll find a lot of the techniques that you used there will transfer over. So like you'll be able to paint within the lines at the very least. But if you've never done anything like that before, be ready for your first few tries to be more learning experiences than tabletop ready miniatures. And definitely not display worthy miniatures. Some people just have a natural gift for it and their first few come out great anyway. But for the majority of us, we're lucky if we can get all the paint in the right spots. Yeah, getting paint in the right spots is is an important skill. So if that's primarily what you're looking for, then you'll do fine. Shouldn't run in much in the way of any problems if that is your primary goal, is getting it in the right spots. Because that's all brush control, and that's all learned, no matter who you are. Okay, this paint has gone watery on me. Oh yeah, if you're looking to just do D&D minis, they don't those. You can make those as fancy or unfancy as you like. That's where I started with, was painting up miniatures for D&D. I think I still have my first one in a box around here somewhere. Did you already check out Electric Eve's stream? Because I know she was streaming. I don't know if she still is. She's very talented. Her bent is more display than anything else. Yeah, it looks like she's still online. Not that I'm suggesting you don't watch me, but if you're looking for some place where there's a few more people that you can shoot ideas off of and get advice from, she'd be a good one to check out. Because she has a lot of really talented people who watch her stream every session. Electric Eve is another streamer. Emma's her actual name, but her channel is Electric Eve. She is worth giving a look to if you're looking for advice or ideas. She's a very talented blender. Not like that blends food, but blends colors. I've had a few times where I haven't been able to do a full stream and I've just sent people over there instead and hosted her. Oops, didn't mean to glaze that. Oh well. Alright, yeah, I definitely recommend dropping her a follow. She streams 3-4 times a week. It's at an unfortunate time of day for North Americans like me, but she's very talented. Alright, now the fun part. Highlighting. Let's see. Excellent. Yeah, they do. And that's just her commission work. That's not her personal stuff. Don't let it be a feels bad, man, because seeing what other people do is how you get inspiration and how you get better. Because you try and copy the things they do and use the techniques they do, and you learn how those techniques work, and you adapt them to fit your own style, and boom, suddenly you're better. That's how you get better. Till then, it's just a matter of accepting that they're better than you are. I wish my focus would get more in focus. It's kind of annoying that it's not. I think that's about as in focus as we're gonna get. So far, so good. And then we're just going to take some Carnage Red, which I already have on my palette. Take the red up just a tad bit brighter. Not quite in the orange ranges. Get some edges on the hood, habit, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. Let me see if I can drop it to 720. See if it'll let me while I'm midstream. Output. Video. Yeah, I'd have to stop the stream to do that. So maybe for the next one, I'll try leaving it in 720. because I can't even do 1080 until I'm partnered. So until then, 720 is the best it'll let you stream at. I didn't even realize I was set to 1080. I thought I had it set to 720. Maybe the most recent update to OBS reset it back. That would explain the constant drop frame rates that I've had doing other things as well. Probably should have checked that first. In fact, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to finish... it's not... Yeah, that could be a scarf. I'm going to finish putting this red highlight on this, this sash. And then I'm going to try and change that setting, which will require me to go offline for a minute or two. Shouldn't take very long. Okay, okay, so give me a second here, and I am going to stop the stream, and I'm gonna set it to 720 instead of 1080, at least for outgoing, and see if that fixes it.